cheaters allowed. I gave you my word. Try it again, you're gonna lose your girlfriend. The nerve to think I wouldn't disappear from your life. Watch me.
All these opportunities were just across the bridge. The world was more than twice the size and now I was a kid. Traded in the comfort zone for life, I'm on the edge. I was gaining all my dreams, holding tightly to the pledge to myself. Was quick to move, was waist deep in the sand. We were starving to beat off all the seeds that we planted. Somewhere back a couple of years in the attic, I almost ditched the plan. The ship the work to the label back when the bars were bland. Man, on my word though, I followed through on prior engagement. The tip of my tongue not far from the innovation. Now it's mine for the taking. Tell the people mistaking me for somebody to toy with, to plug the ox to play me. Time was paralyzed, I felt the strain to stretch my lungs. Confidence depleted right along with all the funds. Those days it was less about the bread that we obtained. No other way to slice it, I was scraping by on crumbs, but I loved the feeling the odds against me. Couldn't tell me that I wouldn't get it, I wanted plenty. I was quick to defend me, feeling surrounded by angels, demons on rare occasion, trying to shake the momentum. Soon as I find a cadence, leave it all on the record, if it's my only reference. Shocked how the bar's been electric, you could tell that they felt it. Pushing the weight of the world while they sound all the frail shit. Forcing the fame in my favor, kick back and watch the scale tip. More than just all in a day, spend time with the struggle, I know it too well, we gone separate ways. See, my biggest fear is to change. If I lose it, then reunite. Will I break the promise to stay the same?
Lie to me, tell me that you'll be there for me. Cause things been feeling crazy lately. Feeling so crazy. And I don't wanna seem lonely. I don't wanna seem lonely. But I don't wanna be lonely. No.
BS3 Network is now on Roku TV.
Middle 2010, stuck in a place secluded deep in my mind. I'm looking out through the lens. Was in a rush to become who I am. Looking back, then I realized that I do it again. All these unfamiliar faces fade from existence. Back with impeccable time and I've been forgiven, but I'm never forgetful. I kept it solid and simple, stuck to the rail. My word been a bind, yours artificial. You frequent with the slip up. I love this shit more like this was all that I needed. Travel the edge of the world and mix the pleasure with business. Took my time on it, won't benefit from overdue revision. Learned through they lackluster love is rooted deep in the evil. Won't tread water lightly, the waves intimidate them. Won't in my hand much too often, I set the expectation. Now I navigated dolo, unclear on praises you gave. When there's the finest line between jealousy signs and your vibration. This one's for them calling me crazy, more for the ones that told them pay me no mind. Those were the words that shaped me. Well rounded it would appear that I pieced it all together. Standing here puzzled at the way we built up the foundation. This one's for the brodies, I got us. Get 50-50, keep it some of 100. Make do what life has got us. Let go of wait and put faith in the process. Make the most of it. I'll be God as the time we allotted. Call it how I see it, provide our witness statement. The way things been gone, I'm all in on the table. They made the plan for their night, I made the long-term arrangement to take it up to a peak that we no longer afraid of. I just wanna be your everything. 'Cause that's who you are to me.
Tell the truth.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Peace. Thank you for your patience. We're live right now. This is the Information Man Show. I'm going to be asking the audience, everybody out there today, a series of questions related to this issue. I want to say peace and love to Doll Eyes TV with the $10 super chat. I really appreciate that.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel. Thank you for the super chat.
Make sure you all check out Doll Eyes TV, her channel. Thank you for the support. What I'll do because of the super chat this early on is I will give you a little bit of this, and I appreciate you.
Thank you for the super chat.
Time to run it all. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip. This. Time to run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Time to run it all. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip. This. Time to run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Time to run it all. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands. I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage. Now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans. Don't need no friends. I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me.
What's up? I want to thank everybody for coming in today. This will be a very sensitive issue. I also want to make it very clear to everybody listening and those that will be coming in or watching on the replay. I believe that men, we should protect our women from anyone that would put their hands on them or harm them. But the first responsibility that a man has, and you can let me know if you agree in the chat room or not, no problem. Everybody has a right to their opinions. But the first responsibility that a man has is to his own family that is under his shield. His first responsibility is to his wife, his woman, his children. Those are the ones that you are supposed to protect before anyone else. Okay? But you should protect those in our community if their situation is legitimate, if it is worth you involving yourself in a situation, because we know that there are people, and there have been black men that have gotten involved in situations that has led to them going to jail and has led to them losing their life over a lie, a misunderstanding. And I know that one of the things that has been a theme, especially on YouTube streets, is this whole ideology that black women have no protection. I say the proper black women who are in legitimate situation should get our protection, because all nation of men protect their own. All nation of men protect their own. Now, if a woman is lying, making up stories, has a reputation in a community, then one must use critical thinking skills before you get yourself involved in something that might be based in some BS. Now, Roda Osman, who you all remember, this sister right here, and I did some research on her. Apparently, she was studying for a doctorate program. She was studying feminism and all this sort of humanities type of disciplines, right? So she was working on a doctorate. Now, I don't know if she's still in school. The latest, what I saw in the latest is that she was a student at one point in time, I believe prior to moving to Houston, Texas. And I just want to let everybody know out there as we get started in this, and I'm going to be looking at your statements in the chat room, your opinions, good or bad. It apparently looks like she's on the run from the law. Apparently, there's a warrant out for her arrest. I know that this has been on the YouTube streets, but I'm going to always add my insight on top of the facts in the way we do it here on the Information Man Show.
Tell the truth.
Go a little bit deeper. So apparently, they've got charges after her because they're saying that she made up the story. Now, there's some people saying she got hit with a brick. She didn't get hit with a brick. Then there's talk about maybe she got hit with a water bottle. Here's an example of a brick. You know, you get hit with a brick, you can get broken bones. Okay, so there was talk about, was it a brick? Was it a water bottle? Then there was talk about she was running around the community, causing problems, sort of trying to goat people on, putting her hands on people to goat them on because she wanted attention. I don't know. But this is what's coming out in all of this, in the wash. And I want to say to everybody in the chat room, do you think that it is worth you getting involved in a situation that could lead to your imprisonment, your life as well? Is it worth a man defending a woman if they already know that this woman has a reputation? Now, everybody was wondering, why didn't anybody do anything for her? And I'm saying to you, she had a reputation. There's a talk about a GoFundMe. Y'all let me know what y'all know about this. Help Roda recover. So when she had to, and look, I'm going to say this right now. I don't want to see any woman, anybody get harmed in any kind of way. I don't want to see that. I'm not an advocate of someone being harmed in any form. I don't think anybody should be harmed. And even if I'm just going to be real here, even if she was goading someone on, I just don't think that, I don't want to see anybody get harmed. But There are people in the community that know her that said that she has a history of doing this because she's, as we call it today, clout chasing, looking for attention. And then when she engages in creating a mishap, then she sits back and she expects particularly black men to run to her rescue, to be supermen in her making herself a damsel in distress. And it's time for a black man to bust open his shirt with the S on his chest and say, I'm here to save the day. Is this woman worth the time when now it's coming out that she's been making up stories, fabricating, and now the GoFundMe that I put up there not too long ago, there was a GoFundMe that got up to about 42,322, and GoFundMe has shut it down because people have said that this sister right here has been fraudulently doing this sort of stuff, that this has been a pattern of her behavior. Going all the way back to this one right here. You probably have heard about this already, but they said that she did this campaign, help black Muslim mothers pay her medical bill. This one got to $4,850. My generation is organizing this fundraiser on behalf of Roda Osman, a young black Muslim single mother. She's Somalia. I think she's from Somalia originally, but she sounds like she's probably been, sounds like maybe her family came from Somalia, and she sounds like she probably was born here in America. It appears that way. Let's go back over here. Single mother was viciously assaulted by a private security. Now, there was talk about a private security officer in Minneapolis. And you know, in Minneapolis, you do have a lot of East Africans there, if you've ever been there before. Sustained multiple facial contusions, a black eye, and injury. Now, this is the one that they said that she put up, and people said that that was discredited at some point in time, that this is what she does. She creates an issue and then creates a GoFundMe in order to grift the black community. Now, is this true? I have said on this channel myself, ladies and gentlemen, that why is it that it appears or it seems that some black people use social media to grift off of other black people, trick us, mislead us, sell us down the road? What do you think? She said that she was hit with a brick here. Obviously, something did happen to her face, but now it's coming out in the wash that, she may have made up the story about a brick being put on her face. Now, you look here on this picture, she looks like a young lady that is got some issues going on. She's upset at some of the circumstances that she has either found herself in or has put herself in, according to people, and I'm going to play some video showing you this, according to people who were eyewitnesses of what happened and their opinion of her and what they know of her in the community in Houston as it stands. What are your thoughts about this young lady? I'm going to tell you right now, this reminds me of another, someone in the chat room help me out here. I meant to put her picture up. This reminds me of the young lady who lied, remember the young lady who disappeared? She was missing. There was this all missing alert, and come to find out they found her and she wasn't really missing. And there was this lie about her being kidnapped or something of that nature. Remember that? That's another issue that I talked about on this channel. And what's bad about this is that it hurts black women who actually are victims of violence, victims of true kidnapping, for example, when you have other women that appear black or are black, whether it be black American or a black immigrant, that they make up stories, and now it hurts real issues where black women, in this case, have been actually assaulted by someone legitimately without causing any issue. And now it makes it hard to believe the next black woman who actually was assaulted, or the next black woman that goes missing, and black women go missing in this country. And we already know the media does nothing about it. Even when black men go missing, the media doesn't give a damn. So these incidents really hurt the credibility. Not just credibility, but it hurts people to want to even give a damn about what happens to black people, black men, black women, black children, legitimately. You hear what I'm saying?
Tell the truth.
If you're getting where I'm coming from, hit 7s in the chat room. I appreciate those that are here. We got Queen I Know I Am. We got Take Heed to the Message is in the house. Appreciate you being here, my sister. Make sure y'all check out to all the ladies, all the gentlemen in the chat room listening. Make sure you check out. I would recommend you to definitely check out Take Heed to the Message. Sister has really been supporting me, very respectful to me. And this is a sister that's a married woman. And she talks about these kind of issues around what's happening with black women, in terms of black women when it relates to being married, how we as a people should be carrying ourselves, how we have the relations between black men and black women, and how the dynamics need to be one of harmonious, working together in tandem and not working against each other. Check out her content. I mean, she explains it a lot better than I could ever explain it, but check out Take Heed to the Message. She's in the chat room right now. You can drop her link and take heed to the message. You're more than welcome to drop the link to your channel as well. I'm going to say this again. When these things happen, it hurts the credibility of legitimate situations that occur to black women, black men, and black children. And what happens is it feeds into this stereotype that black men don't protect black women when something happens. Now, you may have isolated situations where a black woman on social media, something happens to her, and she's saying, hey, I'm not getting any support. But what about incidents where black men are supporting and helping black women? See, nobody wants to talk about that. What's going on? Beautiful Animated Speaks. Thank you. Alicia's in the house. Yalvi's in the house. Alicia, I like your avatar. I got to be honest about that. Most definitely. Okay. And Queen, I Know I Am. Everybody in the chat room, Jill's Chocolate Boutique is in the house. Make sure you check out her channel. I believe Beautiful Animated Speaks has a channel as well. Check her out. Old Reliable, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody for coming over. Now, this is going to be a hard pill to swallow because, like I said, I don't like to see any person. I don't like to see any black woman, no matter where she's from. I don't like to see them in distress. But I also don't like to see somebody try to run a wool over our eyes, try to play games with us and play us for chumps. Because there were a lot of people that rallied, particularly sisters, to the sisters in the chat room. I got to say this. She ran a game on y'all up to the tune of $42,000. And Gofundme, as far as I know, has shut her down. And she's apparently, it appears allegedly that she's on, I'm going to say allegedly, that she's on the run from the law and they're looking for her. So that means that all the black women, all the women that rallied around her, she was grifting you. And that's the money that she was going to grift you for until GoFundMe shut it all down. What do y'all think about that? See, we got to think about who we get in the bed with. We got to think about who we decide to support. Because some people that we think are on the up and up are BSing us around. All right, let me give you an example of what I mean. She quickly called out black men for not giving her protection when there were black men around her. But I want to give you two sides of this. Once again, I'm going to say this again. It was said that she had a reputation within this community. People knew her for going up to people and trying to cause issues, putting her hands on people, that she was clout chasing for fame. Now, let's hear what she said after an incident that she claimed that a man put hands on. Now, her claim is that she was getting into an Uber. And I'm going to read something to you today because she has a friend who has spilled the beans on her that was there that night that said, that's bullshit, that the car that she was in, that she claimed that a man wanted her number and that she refused to give him her number, that was an Uber driver. And the girlfriend that was with her that night said, nah, those were people that she knew. She may have been assaulted by someone that she already knew and had dealings with. Now, we're going to see. But let me play some of this for you as a reminder.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a Yeah, this man hit me, he grabbed a rock, and he hit me in my face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch. What you want to do? What do y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man.
Now, as she is saying right here, the guys are saying, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? And she says, I want you to be a man. The question is that our function? To all the men listening, to the ladies, is that our function? That when something happens to a woman and she gets herself entangled in some situation that is based in a lie that can put us in jeopardy, we don't know her from a can of eight. Now, I'm going to say again, we should protect the women in our community, but I'm talking about outstanding, upstanding women who are not trying to manipulate us. And your first responsibility is to your wife, to the woman that you're in relationship with, to your children first. If I'm gonna jump out the window on some situation, I rather my life be taken in fighting to protect my child and the woman that loves me and I love her, and we've got history and together. Because that's your responsibility as a man, to protect your family, right? Women ask for men to give them protection, shelter, stability, financial stability, leadership. If I'm doing that for the woman that's in my life and responsibility for my children, that's who I'd rather jump out the window for, because I know that's my blood, right? Now, should men allow a guy who's out of control to wail on a woman, a guy who's demonstrative, a guy like that situation in Chicago? Was it Chicago where the woman was the sister was going in there to get some hot dogs? I don't care how late it is. Everybody made a big deal over how late it was. I don't give a damn. That could have happened to her in the daytime, evening, it doesn't matter. And her son took it upon himself to pull out a weapon that they had in the car, and she popped that guy. In my opinion, that guy got what he got, and he got what was coming to him. Because in that situation, she wasn't the one wailing at her hands at him. She wasn't the one getting up in his face, getting aggressive and swinging on him. He hauled off and swinged on her. And that situation, you got to say, hey, that man was totally out of line. But what if you have a situation with a woman like this, who people are saying that she agitated the situation. She brought this on herself to happen to her. That she instigated the situation. And then there's this question of what's the lie and what's the truth? There's some inconsistency saying that it was an Uber driver, but then one of her girlfriends was saying, nah. We were in a car with people that she knew. let's get back to this video.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face? Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Now, I want to say this. I'm going to say it again. I don't like to see anybody in pain, agony, anybody getting hurt, right? We don't want to see violence. I'm not advocating violence. I'm not advocating you put hands on a woman. But from all accounts, people are saying she brought this on herself, and this might be a scam. I've known, look, I work in mental health. There are people out there that will do injury to themselves in order to run a scam. But one guy says it was a brick, but then some other people are saying, no, she got hit with a water bottle. What's the truth here, right? Once again, we don't want to see people getting hurt, but if you put yourself in a situation to be hit by somebody because you brought it on, even though we may say in this culture that a man should never raise his hands to a woman, as a man sitting on this platform right here, I can't control what another man's going to do because every man has different levels of self-control, and some men have no self-control, you see. So when you go out into, see, men, we understand something that women, I'm going to generalize here, don't get mad at me. Men understand something that some women don't understand, which is when men deal with men, we know that there can be inherited violence. We know that if I talk smart to a guy, I get up in a guy's face, I take my hand and put my hand in a guy's face or hit him, I automatically know when men deal with men that inherent violence is coming. And you're going to have to deal with the inherent violence that's coming your way. Men, we understand that that could be the possibility. Therefore, we tend to think, in some cases, if we're not a man that can control our emotions, we might hold back, or we may not hold back and unleash. So men understand that that's the rule of thumb, that if you're going to be confrontational with another man, that there's inherent violence can be damn near guaranteed.
Tell the truth.
And I think women, because culturally, society has taught women that you're precious, you are a princess, and when boys grow up and are raised by a mother or family members, we're taught that never raise our hands to a woman, be gentle, be a gentleman, open the door, be nice. If a woman hits you, never hit them back. So we're in a culture where young men, or men in general, have been taught that. Women have internalized it for their own protection, that, yeah, men are not supposed to hit us. So then when some women get up in the face of guys and get loud and put hands on guys, they feel very, in some cases, not necessarily comfortable, but they feel that they can put their hands on you when they lose their control because they don't think there's a possibility of violence because society has conditioned them culturally that men ain't supposed to touch you when you do A, B, and C to them. And men, we have been taught you're not supposed to do A, B, and C to women. So therefore, some women have a false sense of I can do anything to a man without any consequences of my actions. Now, you may not like what I'm saying, folks. Some of the ladies may not be saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying this in a general format. And then when it comes to black men, it becomes more complicated because now we get called, you're not giving us protection. There are black men right now in prison, I know this for a fact, that are in prison because they were defending the honor of their wife, their girlfriend, their daughter, their child, or a woman that they were kind of kicking it with. And in some cases, they are in jail over that woman's lies. And in some cases, they're in jail over a legitimate situation. I want to be balanced here. We got to keep that in mind. Let's hear some more.
I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all these is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then all this.
I want to make this very clear right here. Any man who picks up a brick or puts his hands on a woman because that woman does not want to give you her number is not a man. See, a man should be able to move in excellence, meaning if a woman is not interested in you, you brush your shoulders off and you move forward. Plenty of fish in the sea, plenty of women out there, you move forward. You don't become emotional because a woman is not interested in you. That would just be her loss. Chop it up as it's her loss and move forward. But the thing that's strange about this is that she keeps saying that it was an Uber driver, and her friend that was with her that night, and I'm going to read the report to you in just a moment, said that that's not true, that this might have been someone that she knew or someone that she was egging on, because from all accounts, people are saying she was egging the situation. Let's get back.
And they let that
I'm going to play this a little bit
in my
again.
life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he.
All right. So the whole thing is terrible, but I think right now she's in a lot of trouble, folks. I think it's terrible either way. That if she's lying about this whole situation, they're saying that she was running a scam. That I'm going to say it again. Why is it that you have some black people who get on social media or utilize social media to shame us and then turn around and lie to us and grift us of money? Queen I Know I Am is in here. She says it's crocodile tears. It turns out it may be some crocodile tears here. I mean, the whole situation, I hate that all of this sort of stuff is happening. We got Golden Melanin in the house. Thank you for being here, my sister. She says, that's right. Don't get caught up in one woman's rejecting you. Yeah, don't get caught up, because there's a lot of, and believe me, there are guys out there who will put their hands on women, because I'm pretty sure some of the ladies that's in this chat room have probably experienced a man that you were not interested in that was coming on to you, and you had to let him down, and he couldn't handle it. And any guys that are behaved like that, that's what you call, for those of people who like to use that word beta male, those are real beta males, because alpha males are men, alpha male, sigma men, whatever the hell you call it, or I just call it real men. We know how to say, okay, she's not interested in my advancements, let me move on. And I'm sure some of you have had this type of foolishness happen to you where a dude was acting crazy. But in this situation, people are saying that she's got some issues. What's going on with Earl Owens? Gentlemen, take the L and walk away. Yeah, you take the L and you walk away. Exactly. What's going on? Let me see. Who do we have? Alicia is coming in the house. It's all a shame, Alicia. All this stuff is a shame. I wish it wouldn't happen. We got my man Blaze in the house, coming over from Black Man Unfiltered. Good to see you, brother, coming over to the channel over here. We're talking about this issue. I know this happened 3 days ago, and people have talked about it, but I'm talking about it now because there's more to this than meets the eye, and I appreciate you coming over and supporting the channel. Or let me see, Earl Owens. We got GA, which is Brother Frazier, who's in the house, saying, right again. Yeah, right again. Right.
Tell the truth.
Let me see who we have here. We got present time. We got time. And what's going on, my sister? She says women can be jealous and nasty. They also feel triumph knowing that they don't have to be the hater. That love the fact that another woman. Interesting. This is very interesting. What's going on? Intellectual soapboxes come over to join us, saying salute to Information Man. Thank you for coming over and joining. Let me give you the let me mod you up because you have modded me up on your channel. So I'm going to pay the same respect to you. I appreciate that. Let me see. Dole Eyes is in the house. She said, Information Man, what's up? Doug, who was allegedly accused? Yeah, she was accused of running a scam. I'm going to play video, let you see more. But this is a guy now, this guy right here said some things that I thought was kind of interesting. What is his credibility? I don't know, but he claims that he was there that night. You probably have seen some of this video already, but I'm going to play it. That he was there that night when this whole thing happened. He's the one that primarily was saying that she's known in the community as a troublemaker. People know her, which if that is true, that could be a reason why it's sad to say why the men and the people there that night didn't want anything to do with her. If what this brother is saying, getting ready to say to you right now is true. Let's play it right now.
One of the guys who was there that did not help her when she was getting hit with the brick, right? I feel like people need to know the whole story before they start commenting and say things they don't understand or they don't know. You guys don't even remember who you guys are trying to defend, who you guys are trying to speak up for. This is the same woman that was going around smacking white people in the streets. She's not innocent. She was actually taunting the guy to hit her. Why would I go defend somebody that's actually looking for trouble? This woman, she is literally a troublemaker. Everybody that knows her in our community knows she's a troublemaker. I'm not going to risk my life over somebody that's actually out there looking for trouble. If you go on social media, online, you're going to see some of her antic videos, taunting people, looking for a reaction. Well, she got what she been looking for, and you guys are giving her the attention that she was actually seeking for.
Now, do you agree with what he's saying? I'm going to play the rest of it. He says that this is a woman in the community that has been a malcontent and that she has a history of going around looking for attention, clout chasing, looking to get a reaction. He said that she was going around putting her hands on white folks. Now, I'm not trying to look, we know that white folks have put their hands on us, and we got to protect ourselves when they put their hands on us. Remember, it was reported that that white principal in Florida 2 years ago that paddled that black girl in the classroom, you know she didn't get charged for that because in Florida, and there's another incident going on where a principal has put hands on kids. The reason why is because they've got laws in some of these states like Texas and Florida that says you can do corporal punishment or you can do, you can spank them in school. That's why they're not getting charged. That's why she didn't get charged, because there's laws on the book. So when you move to a state, you better know what those laws are when people putting their hands on your kids. That's a side note. Now, he said that she's known for causing chaos in the community. Let's continue.
People looking for a reaction. Well, she got what she been looking for, and you guys are giving her the attention that she was actually seeking for. I don't regret not standing up for her. If you look at some of the videos, I was there. I don't regret nothing whatsoever. I don't regret standing up for her. I'm not saying she deserved it. I'm not saying that any men have a right to hit a woman, especially with a brick. Nobody deserves that. By the end of the day, there's more to the story. She's not as innocent as she's trying to portray herself to be. She wants attention. She's an attention-seeker woman. She's trying to go viral, and you guys have given her what she wanted. Yes, she did get hit by a brick. Yes, I saw it. Yes, I was standing by doing nothing. And if that shit happened
Okay.
again,
Now, he says that she was hit by a brick, but then the police reports, and I'm going to play a video, they're saying that, was she really hit by a brick? Or was it a water bottle? Obviously, something happened to her because she had that swelling on the face right here. You can see it. So obviously something did happen. So there's like a lot of different opinions. The police or the media, and we know the police lies, but the media is pushing the narrative that it wasn't a brick. They didn't find evidence of a brick, but this brother right here that I just played, who said he was there and he knows of her in this community, said that, yes, she did get hit with a brick and he didn't do anything about it.
attention. She's an attention-seeker woman. She tried to go viral, and you guys have given her what she wanted. Yes, she did get hit by a brick. Yes, I saw it. Yes, I was standing by doing nothing. And if that shit happened again in the same circumstances, I will watch. Because she's not as innocent as she portrays herself to be. She was taunting the guy. She was calling him all type of names. She was degrading him to a point where he resulted in picking up a brick and hitting him. I don't condone that type of behavior, but once again, she's not as innocent as she portrays herself to be. I remember a while back, she's posting videos going around in public, literally smacking old white people in the face. For what? And now you get hit by a brick, and now you want to cry wolf? And I don't care. You wanted trouble, you got trouble. That's why I'll still buy and watch. So don't, oh man, that also.
Whoa. It seems like seems like he had a lot of issues with her putting her hands on white folks. Even though we know that white folks have put their hands on black folks in this society time and time again in the past, and currently this sort of stuff has happened. I want to give you some breakdown about this this incident. Check this out, everybody. Roda Osman, 33 years old. All right, she's 33 years old. Check this out. 33 years old, has been charged with felony theft by deception, according to charging documents. Osman raised at least $40,000 through fraudulently Gofundme page, which was up to $42,000. She started in September that claimed she was the victim of similar attacks more than 3 years ago. Okay? How did this all start, folks? On September the 3rd, Houston police officers responded to a aggravated assault incident. They met Osman and her female friend, and the female friend is the one that called her out, saying that no. She might have just been, we was no Uber involved. The female friend, during the investigation, the officers reported that Osman was intoxicated. See, liquor and being out late at night and liquor and all this sort of stuff, it don't mix, y'all. It don't mix. It don't mix. But we know people go out and have a good time and get intoxicated sometime, but this wasn't her night. So she was intoxicated, she was hostile, and she was irate. That's what they were reporting. In the original police report made at the scene, Osman claimed she was walking on what was this? Shikament Lane, where an unknown man threw a brick at her when she would not give him her phone number, court documents show. But then there was some talk about the Uber driver. Was the guy the Uber driver? She also told officers she had ordered a Uber and believed the brick was thrown. The brick throwing suspect was the Uber driver. Osman said she got into the car with him where he then tried to kidnap her according to documents. Kidnapping? Do y'all believe any of this? Let's be fair here. Do you believe any of this, folks? Do you believe any of this? She said that she was being kidnapped. According to documents, Osman stated that the suspect was involved in human trafficking and had a large group of women in the car with him. Follow up the investigation. Here comes the follow-up to the investigation. The follow-up to the investigation. On September the 15th, detectives tried to reach Osman, but the number she provided was her friend's number, who was also at the scene when the incident was reported. The friend said she was not from Houston and went out to several places to drink with Osman. Documents show this, folks. She said that Osman reportedly called her male friend, not the Uber driver. Her male friend to come pick them up. So if she called her male friend to come pick them up, that would mean, wouldn't that mean that the story that she gave about it being an Uber driver was a lie? And remember I said earlier in this broadcast that the friend that was hanging out with her that night said that, no, she called a friend to come pick us up or pick her up. It wasn't a Uber driver. What do you all think? I'm going to look at what you all think. I'm going to continue this. There's so much more to go around with this. What's going on, everybody in the chat room? Looks like a huge crisis. Like it is crazy. What's going on? Embrace the villainous kidnapped woman. Yeah, that's embracing the villain. That's what was reported. So I'm giving you the breakdown here. And I know some of you have probably heard this breakdown on other channels. Maybe you haven't heard this much of it. I'm going to go deeper into this. She made the claim that the dude in the Uber car was also sex trafficking and had other women in the car. But the friend who said that she wasn't from Houston, the friend that said she wasn't from Houston, that was just there kicking it with her, and they were going around club hopping that night. And remember, I told you that it was found that she was intoxicated that night. She was out of control that night, intoxicated. The other dude that I just played said that she was going around putting her hands on people, agitating something. Her friend says, no, she called a friend to come pick them up. Where's the truth and where's the damn lie?
Tell the truth.
I'm not finished. We're going to be fair and balanced here. But I'm personally never seen it in my life, not even from guys who were in the streets. Look, I'm going to keep it real. I'm not an advocate of men putting their hands on women. But I am an advocate for men making sure that they're not defending the wrong type of woman who's getting them in some mess and lies. You see, this is what ladies and everyone has to understand. Men, we tend to defend women that are under our shield, our wives, our daughters. We tend to defend women that we have respect for, that we know are worth us defending, and women that we know ain't leading us down a path of no return. We'll defend the women that we have respect for. We defend women that are respectable, carry themselves respectable. And to me, that night, her being intoxicated, which is wrong. Definitely, ladies, if you definitely don't want to be taken advantage of, please don't go out to clubs. I'm not indicting all women, but please don't go out and get yourself liquored up. If you really want to get taken advantage of, that's a way to definitely get taken advantage of. Going out there getting liquored up. I'm not saying that men have to show restraint and responsibility as men. Look, as we know that real men, we don't do these sort of things. But we also know that people lie, and they can tell a lie that can put your ass in prison. Take heed to the message says facts. Embracing the villain says consciously out here making a straight, sympathetic a fool of himself trying to defend her. TikTok muted his cheek. Yeah. She's just, I don't know what's going on with my name. We got Sister Pash Time. She says, I agree. Drinking. Yeah, drink inside. Get drunk inside. If you're going to do that, I just think for ladies in particular, you're asking for trouble, because for every man that has restraint and has dignity that's not going to take advantage of you, I can't, as a man, we can't guarantee that there's not men out there that will take advantage of you in a situation that you done got yourself liquored all up. Okay, this is just facts. What's going on, Mag? Queen, I know I am. Women drinking. She says women drinking, public giving 304. Yeah, it's all crazy. It's all crazy. But I want to go back to this though, because this gets more juicier, folks. It gets more juicier. This is about telling the truth.
Tell the truth.
It gets more juicier. This is crazy. This is crazy. On September the 15th, detectives tried to reach Osman, but her number she provided was her friend's number. And I talked about that, right? Her friend went on to say that she said that Osman reportedly called her male friend to come pick them up. When the men arrived, Osman and the friend got into a vehicle. This is the friend's account. This is from the police report. Got into a vehicle, which was a dark colored sedan. The woman told investigators that she got into the right front passenger seat and Osman in the back seat with another man. So it was a car with another man in the car. She lied and told the police that it was sex trafficking and it was a bunch of other women in the car. But the friend is saying, no, it was a man in the back of the car. She sat in the back seat. As they were driving, she reportedly heard Osman yell, "Ouch, why you hit me?" But stated that she did not hear an argument before she heard Osman say she heard her yell. So apparently, it looks like the friend is trying to say that whoever this dude is, so basically, she may have gotten victimized by somebody that she knew. And they do say statistically that most people that get assaulted and most people who get R'd, the word R, you know why I'm saying that for purposes, that they usually happens by people that they know by some whatever associations, according to the reports. Getting back. Osman's friend further detailed of the incident. Check this out. The friend stated that off the record that she did not believe that Osman was hit with we've been talking about this, has been the theme now, a brick. Okay? Doesn't believe she was hit with a brick. According to charging documents, these are the police or the legal documents that was put into the charging documents, okay? The friend told detectives the suspect who allegedly assaulted Osman got out of their vehicle, got into another vehicle, and drove off. She said Osman went live on Instagram and that she tried to convince Osman to call the police. So she got on, according to the friend, during this assault, that her friend tried to tell her, why don't you just call the police? So some dude was in the car. He gets out the car into another car. This whole thing sounds crazy, and drives off. She told the story that it was a sex trafficking, that she was being kidnapped. The friend has said nothing about kidnapping. See, this whole thing is turning into a crazy movie. The man gets out the car after assaulting her, according to the friend, assaulting Roda Osman, that you see right here. And the friend says, hey, you need to call the police. But the first thing she does before calling the police is to get on her Instagram, which falls into what this brother said here about she's clout chasing for attention. Listen.
Nobody deserves that. By the end of the day, there's more to the story. She's not as innocent as she's trying to portray herself to be. She wants attention. She's an attention-seeker woman. She's trying to go viral, and you guys have given her what she wanted. Yes, she did get hit by a brick. Yes, I saw her.
Now, according to him, he said he saw her get hit with a brick. The friend says, no, there was no brick. But wait a minute now. This is the deal. Because this is always about, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Telling the Truth program over here, right?
Tell the truth.
According to him, the guy there, she's seeking attention. The friend says, call the police. But the first thing she does is get on her Instagram. That fits right into what this cat is saying right here again.
Nobody deserves that. By the end of the day, there's more to the story. She's not as innocent as she's trying to portray herself to be. She wants attention. She's an attention-seeker woman. She's trying to go viral, and you guys have given her...
Try to go viral, and she says you guys have given her exactly what she wanted when this whole thing happened way back. That makes sense because her girlfriend says she's going on Instagram when she's telling her to call the police. You see how crazy this gets? You see how crazy it gets? And I want to say peace to, I got a super chat, and I really appreciate the super chat. We got the beautiful animated. She says this: I believe in introducing your teens to alcohol yourself. It's desensitizes where they don't treat alcohol as a big deal. I believe in introducing your teens to alcohol yourself. I got a different opinion about it. I don't want to introduce I better hold back my opinion. I don't want to. I think you should educate your kids about alcohol, liquor, and all, because we know that we can't control what our kids are going to be exposed to out there. Unfortunately, I don't want to give my kids liquor personally, but everybody has their different way that they go about teaching their kids about alcohol and liquor and responsibility. I get all of that. We can't shelter our kids. The world is too big. They got social media. Everything's coming at them 1 mile after a mile. I get where you're coming from. Jill's Chocolate Boutique says exactly. She says, speak your mind information. Yeah, I'm speaking it. I think that I'm not shaming anybody. I think every parent, I mean, look, we're grown folks here. I'm a Gen Xer. Yes, it's true. There were times when your parents would say, give you a little sip of beer, a little sip of this, and you'd be like, oh, this is nasty. And maybe that was the lesson that they wanted to teach you so that you would not drink or something, right? I mean, these things did happen. It did happen. Hell, I'm old enough to remember when your parents would have a party or some social gathering, and they would give you money and say, go get me a pack of cigarettes, baby. Right? I grew up in a time when you could literally put money in a child's hand and that child could go to a corner store and purchase cigarettes. And then give it to the parents, right? That's crazy, right? Now you couldn't do that, but I remember you could do that, man. I remember when they had cigarettes in the machines at the movie theater where you put the money in there and you pull the little thing back, and they don't have cigarette vending machines anymore. I'm showing my age here. What's going on? The DoorDash Revolution. Make sure you check out DoorDash Revolution. And make sure you check out my man, My man Bitter Truth, the Embracing the Villainous, check him out too. He's got a channel as well. If they're 16 plus, I agree. Introducing them to see how they handle it. Some women get very loose in the yes. And it sounds like Roda Osman couldn't handle her liquor. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's see what Blaze is talking about. Blaze says, I don't smoke or drink. Never been high on drunk, not one day in my life. Personal choice because of my upbringing. That's the point. That's the point. That's the
Tell
point.
the truth.
I like that. It's to each his own. To each his own. The beautiful Animated Speaks. Make sure y'all check her channel out. She said something that kind of brought the controversial. You know, it's good that people express things so that we could talk about it, examine it. I'm glad that you said what you said because it's true. Everybody has a different way of teaching their kids lessons, right? It's just the truth. Let me see. Beautiful Anime says, it's how my mom and my sister raised us. Yeah. And guess what? Nobody's hating on that because everybody's family dynamics is different and everybody learns a lesson about something on a different level. So I really appreciate that. Let's see. Old Reliable says, I was raised to the tune of a extension cord. How about the extension cord when you got in the bathtub? Uh-oh. Woo.
Tell the truth.
And you're going, man, we better stop it. You're going to shut my, YouTube going to shut my channel down, boy. We get into some real, Jill's Chocolate Boutique said facts. We got the Indian Exposed investigation. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Mo? Mo has come over. Mo says, what about brothers who sell loose squares on the street? They don't check. Hey, we already know about what happened to, what's the brother in New York who was selling Lucy cigarettes? And you see what happened to him. But we got to ask ourselves the bigger question. Why, I don't want to get off subject here, but ask yourself the question, why are our people in a situation where we got to do things like sell Lucy cigarettes and do these little hustles to make money? Why are we in a situation where we even have to do that? You see what I'm saying? It's a shame. We often talk about what happens to our people, but we have to also examine what are the circumstances that puts our people in a situation where they got to be out in the streets selling loose cigarettes. I know people got to make money any kind of way. They got to make money to feed themselves, but it's a shame that a man, a woman has to do that to get a little change in their pocket. And if you really look at it on a deeper level, it really speaks to the problem of our society, some of the problems in our community, some of the opportunities that some of us don't take. As much as there's some lack of opportunities, some of us don't take advantage of opportunities to educate ourselves, to better ourselves, to get ourselves out of situations where we're on the street selling loose cigarettes. I know I'm being harsh in my critique. I'm sorry, but I got to tell the truth over here.
Tell the truth.
She says, yep, speak on it. Thank you, my sister. Embracing the Villainous says this, how many girls had to have Nate help them out of a bit? That's true. That's true. We're not going to lie over here. That's true. That's very true. Yes, Old Reliable. Hey, what's going on, Old Reliable? I see you in there. And who else? I see another CG who's been heavily supporting the channel. Thank you, too. Old Reliable, the switch from the tree. Oh, yeah. Go outside and get your own switch and bam. But let me get back to this. I want to finish because remember I told you, I played this from the brother again.
Nobody deserved that. By the end of the day, there's more to the story. She's not as innocent as she's trying to portray herself to be. She wants attention. She's an attention-seeker woman.
Boom. So as the brother says that she likes attention, that she's an attention seeker, The friend said she did not know the two men she got into the car with and would not be able to positively identify the suspect involved according to documents. Osman gave statements to detectives. This is what her statements were. The detectives finally made contact with Osman on September 19th. And currently right now, folks, is what I'm hearing on the wire is that they're looking for her. People feel that she's on the run, allegedly, that she's running from the law, that they're looking for her. They tried to go to her house where she lives, can't find her. So she's on the run. This is what has been allegedly put out there, that she's on the run. You tell me if you've heard anything additionally to what I've just said to you right now. But let me break this down to you right here. During the phone interview, Osman, who you see on the screen right there, told the detective that her friend came to town, picked all of the clubs that they wanted to go to. So this was a girls' night out. This was a city girls' night out. This was, let's liquor up the town.
Tell the truth.
They reportedly started at the O2 Lounge, then went to the Liquid Lounge. Look at all these goofy names, O2 Lounge and Liquid Lounge. My God. Lounge. Osman said as they left the club, she called an Uber. But remember, the friend said there was no Uber. She called one of her male friends, according to the friend. What's going on here? What's the truth and what's the lie? Houston prosecutor, let me see, according to the charging documents, when the dark-colored sedan pulled up, Osman thought it was the Uber she had called. Okay, so she's saying that, oh, I thought it was the Uber, but her friend, I wish they had a name for the friend. I guess they're trying to protect her identity. The friend who came from out of town said that she said that Osman was calling a friend. But then Osman turns around and tells you and me, oh, I thought it was an Uber driver. So there's a lie here. Osman says, I thought it was the Uber she had called and got inside. Houston prosecutors say this is not the first time a viral video with this lady, they call it a brick lady, with Osman. This is not the first time that she's done this before, that she's made false claims of assault, that she has a history of making false claims of assault. This time is with a brick. Osman told the detectives that when the suspects hit her in the face with the brick, she also stated that she did her own investigation and found out it was a man named Douglas who assaulted her. O-L-A-N Douglas, who assaulted her. When Osman was asked where was her friend at the time, she reportedly became upset, just like she is on this picture. She reportedly became upset and said her friend was far away from her while talking to another guy. When Osman was asked where was her friend, I read that part. Osman then charged her story to say she was assaulted at Liquid Lounge Club. After more questioning from the Houston police detectives, Osman became upset, asking to speak with a detective supervisor, and then hung up. The detective said he still provided her the name of the sergeant. Surveillance video. Surveillance video tells another story on September 20th. Y'all. And I still got another video for you to put a crescendo on this. This whole thing is crazy. That on September the 20th, Houston police detectives they canvassed the area where the assault took place, according to her, and spotted surveillance cameras, in the 5600 block of this area where she claimed she was hit with a brick. The company that owns the cameras provided the detectives with the video footage. Ooh, boy, boy, boy. This is going to get magically hot. Magically. The company that owned the camera provided detectives with footage from then charging document show. In the footage, y'all, the man Osman claimed hit her, Douglas, was also identified. Detectives said that Douglas and Osman and her friend were seen talking amongst each other. And she sat up there and said that she sat up there and put this notion out there, folks. We just got to be honest. I know it's not nice to hear this sort of stuff, but we got to be honest out there. She put out this notion that she didn't know who this person was. She thought it was the Uber driver. So why would you be kicking it and talking to someone that you don't know, that's the Uber driver, when you just said that it wasn't someone that you knew, it was the Uber driver? When you got in the car, the man that she claimed assaulted her, she thought it was the Uber driver. Come to find out on video, the man has been identified as Douglas, and she was carrying on a conversation with him. And the friend that was with her said that, well, this was someone that she called that she knew. You see. She was seen talking amongst each other and walking towards TikTok Garden Lounge, another damn liquored up club. Unbelievable. Very magical. Got all liquored up that night. Located in the 56th block. They all reported went inside the club. So the guy the dude went in the club with them, according to these reports. This is crazy. About 20 minutes later, the video shows the trio walking outside the club, then walking towards a white Maserati that was parked directly on the side of the business. Douglas was reportedly seen leaning on the right passenger side of the door while Osman walked towards him. According to the documents, the surveillance footage shows that Osman, let me put her picture up, with this damn watermelon in her hand. She lied, y'all, and she played a lot of black women that supported her to the tune of $42,000 on that Gofundme, which Gofundme has said was nothing but fraud, and they shut it down, and she had a history of doing this before. This is a damn shame. Osman walked towards him. According to documents, surveillance footage shows that Osman started dancing on Douglas. Woo, twerking and twerking and twerking and twerking and twerking. Oh, it was a twerking night. This is a shame. All of this is crazy. This ain't about no Uber driver. This ain't about getting kidnapped. That's all lies that this woman made up. The dude that she claimed, the dude that I guess they're pointing to that assaulted her, if I got this right, she was dancing with him that night. They went into the club, walked out. She was twerking on him that night. Wait a minute. This is some goofy stuff right here. She was twerking on him.
Tell the truth.
Now I'm going to say again, I don't like to see anybody get hurt, get harmed. I'm not laughing about that. I'm not condoling that. But obviously she was liquored up. That's the first thing you don't want to do as a lady or anybody, get liquored up. And at one point in time, she was trying to have her way with him by dancing all up on him. Dancing on Douglas while her friend was in front of the vehicle talking to the other man. Something went bad that night. Something went crazy, but it wasn't what she was trying to make it out to be when she was out there screaming about, y'all black men ain't giving me no protection. Y'all ain't this, y'all ain't that.
This man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a Yeah, this man hit me, he grabbed a rock, and he hit me.
I'm going to freeze it there because check this out. The identified man got into the driver's seat. The friend got into the right front passenger seat. Osman and Douglas entered the back according to documents. A few minutes later, Douglas was reportedly seen getting out of the back right side, and Osman and her friend also got out. According to charging documents, Osman and Douglas were in an argument because they were liquored up and twerking it up that night. And Douglas reportedly swung his right hand while holding what appeared to be a plastic water bottle, even though people been saying that it's a brick. There we go. So because of her indiscretions, her issues with a dude that she was kicking it with, something went wrong that led to an argument. They were liquored up. Keep that in mind. As a result, she got hit and started blaming black men around her for not doing anything about a situation that they had nothing to do with and probably didn't even see how the whole damn thing got started because she was twerking it up, was intoxicated, and they were club hopping or lounge hopping most of the night.
In my face, because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch. What you want to see? What you want to see?
She lied and said that it was the Uber driver who did not want that he wanted her number and that he did that to her because she didn't give him the number. But she also said that the guy was doing a sex trafficking and that he tried to kidnap her. That was a lie. This was a situation that went bad, ladies and gentlemen, because one, they were liquored up, they were partying, and maybe something led to something going badly wrong. And then he assaulted her, this Douglas character. And guess what? I don't condone a man harming a woman either because she doesn't want to give him her number. She doesn't want to give him any kitty cat. She doesn't want to do any extra stuff. I don't think a man should put his hands on a woman because even if that woman in your mind you think is leading you on and you're not getting what you really want out of her, I don't think you should put your hands on a woman. But all of this seems like something that went down between her and a guy that she knew. Something went wrong in their conversation. Something went wrong. Maybe he was bargaining to get more than what he out of her that night than what he was expecting. Maybe he wanted a quick booty call with her and she didn't want to take it that far. This is why you don't get liquored up. This is why you don't run around with strange men and you don't get in cars with people liquored up because anything can happen. But because of this isolated situation that happened between her and someone that she actually did know, somehow everybody runs around and says black men don't give black women protection because they were listening to her make-believe or her manipulation of the truth. And then black men get labeled as don't want to do anything to help black women when those black men that were there that night probably knew that she was a troublemaker. The other guy that I just played said she had a history of trying to get attention in the wrong places.
Yeah, what y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man.
You want these men to be a man, but you chose the wrong man to engage with that night under the guise of alcohol intoxication.
Tell the truth.
And I'm going to be fair here. This is not all women that do this. This is not all men that get themselves in these situations. These are some women like her. And remember when this whole thing came out in the media, people were rallying around her and, oh my God. It's all a damn shame.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face? Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like,
let me say this. If you're hanging out with a man that's drunk and intoxicated, you're intoxicated. When people are under the influence of liquor, it doesn't make it an excuse, but the reality is anything can go wrong when people are under the influence of a substance, and anything can go wrong. You're getting in cars with this guy. You're twerking it up against him near the car. You're going in the club. Now, I'm not saying that people should not be able to go out and have a good time, but it was obvious that she was liquored up. They said she was intoxicated. The guy, Douglas, maybe he was intoxicated too. And once again, bad things can happen. I want to put this back up here again. According to charging document, Olsen and Douglas were in an argument. Douglas reportedly swung his right hand while holding what appeared to be a plastic water bottle and struck Olsen in the face. Detectives said Olsen then sat in front of the passenger seat of the vehicle while Douglas stepped away from her. He reportedly got into a back seat. Oh my God. He reportedly got into a back seat of an Audi A3 that had pulled up. When Olsen got out of the vehicle, detectives said that the unidentified man who was driving and took off. The footage captured an incident did not support Olsen's recorded statement, charging documents show. When Olsen got out of the vehicles, detectives said the unidentified man who was driving it took off. So she said that it was that he got into another car and drove off with someone else. But in fact, he drove the same damn vehicle that she claimed was an Uber driver, or she thought was the Uber driver, but then it turned out to be someone that she already knew. She knew who this guy is. Allegedly, according to records. Man, this thing is exhausting, y'all. Can y'all believe this? Everybody in the chat room, appreciate y'all listening, supporting the channel, giving a brother love over here today. Let me see what he said this. Embracing the villainous. Go watch Douglas interview. You'll tell me whether he's a power. Wait a minute. Embrace the villainous says, go watch Douglas's interview and you'll tell me whether he's a power bottom or a soft. Hey, how many of y'all, hey guys, this whole power bottom thing, ever since that situation with TJ, do you find yourself at night when you're in the bed with your woman, do you whisper in her ear and say, are you a power bottom? Oh man, you saying that guy Douglas that they claimed that she was partying with that night, that he might be a little sugary in the tank or something like that? Hey, to each his, hey, I wish I would have found that interview so I could show it and display it today. Damn it, I missed that one, but I'm gonna check it out. I suggest everybody check it out too. That's some interesting stuff that you're saying there. Oh God. Ooh boy. Oh my God. What's going on, Naps TV? Yeah, enough with that term power. I know, man. It's becoming the new word on YouTube now. Oh my God. What's going on? The Empress Goddess is in the house. Make sure y'all check out her channel and subscribe. Check out Naps TV. Naps, you haven't been going live lately, brother. What's going on? Let us know. Check out Jill's Chocolate Boutique. Oh, a fearsome for a reading is in the house saying, Lord, I know. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whew. Let me continue on. This is important right here. I appreciate y'all coming over. We're almost through this. I have to go through this material because I couldn't believe a lot of this. The brick lady, or the story goes viral on social media. When Osman went live on Instagram after the incident, she went viral on social media on September the 4th, a day after the alleged assault was reported. To GoFundMe account was created, listed Osman as the beneficiary. She would be the beneficiary of this, of course, of the GoFundMe. The account raised $42,302 as of October 25th, 2023, according to charging documents. That was last year. It stated that she was attacked by a black male as she was walking down the street because she declined to give him her phone number. That's a lie. The police reports and the surveillance camera shows her kicking it with this dude, Douglas, who she's saying is the one, or maybe the one, that put hands on her. Not this whole thing about her walking down the street. The page reads, woman gets hospitalized after allegedly being hit in the face with a brick by a man she refused to give her number to. The alleged incident happened in Houston. She says she was surrounded by men who did absolutely nothing, as you have witnessed. Right here.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a yeah.
And you can hear a woman or someone in the background saying they weren't here. You can almost hear someone in the background. It sounds like a woman saying that these men that she's claiming didn't do anything for her weren't there when the incident happened. I don't know. Let's hear this little part again. See if y'all can catch this with y'all ear. Let's listen.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a yeah.
Boom! A woman says we weren't here, or they weren't here. A woman says we weren't here. That's it. I don't know if anybody picked up on that in their podcast. Listen again. You're going to hear the sound of tell me if you can hear what I'm picking up on. Put sevens in the chat room. There's a woman's voice who's saying, we weren't here. Let's hear this.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a yeah.
Did y'all hear that? A woman says, we weren't here. Did y'all hear that part?
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a yeah.
Boom. That was a woman. That wasn't a man. That was a woman who not screamed out, but she said, we weren't here. So she blames black men around her, and a woman says, but we weren't here. You see what's going on? You see, I find it interesting that it was a black woman, or a woman, who said we weren't here. I don't know how many people have caught that same thing in that video that I just noticed and played it back for you like that. That's very interesting to me. That as she was accusing and saying that black men were just standing around doing nothing to assist her, that you had a woman who yelled out, "We weren't here." Wow. The viral video linked on GoFundMe still directs to the Instagram account. The video received more than 1 million likes. And check this out. This is her criminal background. I want y'all to check this out. Osman has a criminal history. According to court records, Osman has several prior charges in Virginia Island, Minneapolis, Minnesota, okay, Hempes County, Minnesota, Williams County, Texas, already just moved to Texas, Texas County, and Texas. Osman is currently on bail for separate offenses from September 22nd, 2023, okay, for felony assault. So she's got a felony assault on her. Domestic violence. She was charged with 2 counts of misdemeanor domestic violence in Steele County, Minnesota. Harris County District Attorney District Attorney Office in Harris County is asking the courts to enter a $50,000 bail on the theft by deception charge she now faces in Texas, Houston right now. And they're looking for her. Looks like she's on the run, or they just haven't found her yet, or she just haven't worked up enough courage to turn herself in. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? The spokesperson for GoFundMe sent us the following statement. Check this out. GoFundMe has zero tolerance for the misuse of their platform. And corporate law enforcement investigations of those accused of wrongdoing. The fundraiser has been removed from the platform. Osman failed to show up for the planned surrender. So she had planned to surrender to police, ladies and gentlemen. This woman right here. She planned to surrender to the police. Osman had agreed to a surrender to the police on charges at 3:45 p.m. this past Thursday. When the time came, however, she did not show up. The Minneapolis Police Department told the Houston Police Department that it was not received any reports of Osman being assaulted in 2020. See, in 2020, she said that she got assaulted by some security guard or someone in a store somewhere, right? And the Houston Police Department that has not received any reports of Osman being assaulted in 2020. The department stated that the last contact officers had with Osman was in 2012 for public. Check this out. This woman is out of control, y'all. In 2012, she was also charged with public larceny and disorderly conduct out in the streets. This woman just can't stop getting herself in trouble. The deception started, check this out, a young black Muslim single mother was viciously assaulted. This is when she put this one up, right? And they said this was also fraudulent too. The single mother was viciously assaulted by private security. Minneapolis sustained multiple, in Minneapolis, and she sustained multiple facial contusions, a black eye injury to her legs. She needs a estimated $5,000 to pay for medical bills, legal fees, and new foam and more. The Minneapolis Police Department told the Houston Police about this one up here, this fake one up here, Houston Police Department, that it has not received any reports of Olsen being assaulted in 2020. So this woman lied, y'all. So she lied and said that she was assaulted in 2020 back in Minneapolis. And the Minneapolis police said this woman never filed a police report about being assaulted by this security guy, but yet she put up this GoFundMe claiming she needed $5,000. You see the deception? You see the manipulation that's going on here? Let me play you a video of her promoting this idea of needing help. Check this out.
I'm asking for support because I cannot do this by myself. I'm a full-time mother, I'm a full-time student, and I'm a full-time employee. And I have done everything I can to reach out to get an investigator, get all the information. I've pretty much done everything for them, including giving them a confession video of this.
She's lied. She's lied. She's lied. She lied. If this is all correct, folks, according to Minneapolis police that contacted the Houston police, they never received any reports of Olsen being assaulted in 2020. The department stated that the last contact that the officers had with Olsen was back in 2012 when she got in trouble for lewdness and disorderly conduct in Minneapolis. But then she turns around, claims that she was assaulted by a security guy, and then goes on a campaign to raise money for her medical expenses. And the police in Minnesota said there's no police report whatsoever. So she gaffled and grifted, primarily, I bet you, off of black women that were also sympathetic with her, because she was able to raise damn near $4,000 on that GoFundMe. I just put that up for you right here. Help black Muslim mother pay her medical bills. She was at $4,850. You see this gaffing, this grifting that's going on here?
I'm asking for support because I cannot do this by myself. I'm a full-time mother, I'm a full-time student, and I'm a full-time employee. And I have done everything I can to reach out to get an investigator, get all the information. I've pretty much done everything for them, including giving them a confession video of this man saying that he assaulted me and that he does not care. And they've had that video since the week before Thanksgiving, and they have not done anything about it. They have not moved forward in the case, and they won't respond to me. I have left over 20 voicemails, over 20 emails, and guess what? They respond to people who have nothing to do with this case, people who don't even live in Houston and don't care and are just agents of chaos. And why are they doing this? It's because they want to tone police all of us, because they want all gendered oppressed people to know that if you ever speak out, you will be punished, and you will be punished badly. And this will determine how we move forward. And they don't want this change, because if this change happens, what are they going to do? Because these people have made careers, money, and whole platforms off of black women pain, and they have nothing else to offer. Without our pain, they can't do anything. They have no motion. So please help me be a part of this change and stop this online and offline violence of black women and people benefiting off of it. Go to HPD Major Assault and tweet them and say, lock Olan Douglas up. You have a confession video. Do the right thing.
Okay, so Alonda Douglas, that video, I got some things mixed up. That video right there was her pushing the idea of having Douglas arrested for, that's the guy that night that assaulted her, that she's saying assaulted her, that I was talking to you about, that was partying with her that night. Okay, something bad, something happened. But she also lied about something that happened to her in Minneapolis. That's what I was telling you about. The Minneapolis police had no record of, because she claimed that she was assaulted also by some security guy. I think it was in Minneapolis. And the Minneapolis police claimed in 2020 that she never filed any police report. And she told that to the Houston police when they were looking at her background history. Right there, this was a video where she was once again telling people to help her out. Now, she said, now, I'm going to be honest here. We know that the police have never been a friend to black people. We know that police will lie. They will chump up evidence, allegedly, and they have done this to black people historically. We know that there's been situations that have happened where black men have been assaulted by the police or have been to the point where they've been deleted. So we know that the police have not been technically the friend to the black community, allegedly, and the police have not been in our best interest over the years when we've seen people who have been taken out of this world by police. When black men have been stopped, we know that when black women have been stopped too, bad things can happen, right? We know that to be true. But in this case, she says, well, they're making a lot of money. And what I'm seeing is the only one that was making some money here is her damn near getting $42,000. And then she almost got to $5 grand, which is what she was asking for when she was in Minnesota with another GoFundMe, which they're saying was fraudulent as well. So it looks to me that she's been the one getting the bag off of black people when it comes to her alleged, this happened to me and that happened to me. And one incident, there's no police report in Minnesota. And in Houston, she's saying, hey, I've sent them messages. I've done this, I've done that. And they have not arrested Douglas. And then now they say that there's surveillance cameras that show that it isn't what she told everybody. You know, cameras, people can lie, but the cameras, they don't lie. The cameras tell all the truth. What do y'all think about that? Golden Melanin is in the house. She says, I wish the lawyer could be on to give us her perspective. Yeah, I should have gotten in contact with the Empower Esquire. She could lay out a nice breakdown for us. I appreciate you saying that, Lady. What's going on, Lady Novice? Good to see you here, my sister. And Jordan's in the house. Thank you for coming over, Jordan, and supporting the channel. I appreciate everybody. Beautiful Animated is in the house. Speaks. Queen, I know I am. Appreciate you. But I got one more. And thank you, Alicia. I see you in the chat room saying facts. Now what I got to show, and to the ladies, I got to say this to you ladies. Nothing wrong with going out and having a good time. But remember, if you go out and get liquored up, bad things can happen because not every man is going to be honorable in the way he may deal with you. Certainly there are men who won't take advantage of you. They'll notice that you're intoxicated and they're not going to go there with you, but there are always going to be snakes in the grass that could take advantage of you. This is why you can't do that. And I hate to say it, but I got to say it. It looks like, and I read her criminal background, it looks like she's got quite some criminal background, that she got a felony on her, misdemeanors. She's been cited for public problems in public with her behavior. She's been cited with domestic issues with people that I guess she's been involved with. It's all a shame. Let me put a crescendo on all of this with this video right here. I'm gonna let it play all the way through. I appreciate all of you that are here, but this is what I want to play this. I want to say this is for black men out there. And to the ladies, definitely hear me. When black women get assaulted and get attacked in the community, not all black men just stand by and don't defend you and do nothing. Do y'all remember what happened in Harlem, New York, when you had a black woman that went into a liquor store and there were a couple of black men that went in that liquor store? One of them was trying to get her number, or he wanted to buy her some wine and she refused. And then they beat her up and one of them even bit her on the face. Let me play a short video, because black men did stand up in Harlem when this happened. So we got to get away from these narratives that black men don't do anything at all to help black women when they're in bad situations. This situation was legitimate. Check this out.
For the men who attacked a woman outside a liquor store. Tonight, she's getting a lot of support from her community, which is demanding police arrest the men who left her badly beaten. CBS 2's Corey James reports from Harlem.
And that demonstration in front of the Adam Clayton State Powell office building lasted for about an hour here. And when it wrapped up, those rallying started walking west along 125th Street. And there were men, there were children, and even women all supporting that woman who was violently attacked. Take a look at this video. CBS spoke exclusively with the woman on Thursday. She says she was purchasing a bottle of wine inside a liquor store near West 128th Street and Nicholas Avenue when one of the men offered to pay. According to the 31-year-old mother, when she politely declined and walked out after making her purchase, the men chased her across the street, kicked her, and one man bit her forehead and also injured her eye. Organizers say what happened to that woman is what ignited this demonstration in hopes of bringing about change.
If we don't do it, who is? It's our responsibility. It's our duty to protect our women and children in our community.
It could have been me, my daughters, my mother, any female. The community as a whole, we all need to stick together.
What that sister said is true. As a community, we do need to stick together. You also saw just a few black men who said we got to protect those in our community. It wasn't just those black men that you saw in that video, but they had a march that night, and there were tons of black men that came out strong, and they were also saying, and you know what, and check this out, you know why they found the guys that did that to the young lady? Because it was the community that said, fine, let's find these guys. It was black men out there in Harlem, New York, as well as black women, but it was black men out there in Harlem, New York saying, we're going to find who these do. This is why the police was able to catch these guys, because it was the community that was saying, we need to find these guys. The streets were talking, and they found them. And there were a lot of black men who came out and protest at that liquor store what had took place. So this whole narrative that black men don't protect black women, just because there might be some small isolated situations where black women may get harmed in some way, and maybe they feel like, oh, I don't get the protection of any black men. That doesn't mean it's all black men in America. And it doesn't mean that they're not black women who have been attacked legitimately without playing a game on a community where black men recognize this and do something about it. And then there are those like Osman who lied to you and make a lying and create a narrative that black men don't protect black women when she knew already that she had a bad reputation in the community. People didn't respect her, right? She lied about it being an Uber driver. She lied about it being a sexual trafficking. She lied about it saying, oh, I thought it was my Uber driver, when she knew this dude. She was partying with this dude. She was liquoring it up with this dude, went to the dude's car while he's leaning on the car, and she's twerking on him or getting up on him, and liquored up, and has a history of assault, battery, domestic assault, lewd and improper behavior in the streets. Let's break it down here.
At the center of a viral video who claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone
We're close
number
to conclusion,
is
folks.
now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was the aftermath on Instagram and started a GoFundMe. Only KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is talking with the prosecutor on this case tonight. He joins us live near the Galleria with the latest. Bryce.
Jonathan Kidd, I agree with you. She does need to do some time. She will. She has a criminal record. She already has a felony in Minnesota, okay, Minneapolis or wherever she's from there. She's a known entity in Houston. People are saying that they know her in the community, that she's a troublemaker. She's a clout chaser. And not only does she need to do time for what she's engaged herself in, but she also needs to she needs to be held accountable, because it makes it what she's done makes it harder for black women who have been legitimately harmed in these streets. She's making it hard for black women who have legitimately been harmed in these streets, who have a legitimate situation. Now, if this guy Douglas did assault her, we got to be fair. Even if she did something to get assaulted, he still needs to be held accountable, because even though, I talked about, men, we've been taught not to put our hands on women, and right? And it's a cultural conditioning. If you put your hands on anybody, I don't care if it's man or woman, that's an assault. And you should pay the price for that. You should, if the police have to be involved in it, then whoever assaults who, both of them should be held accountable. Obviously her and the dude Douglas, if that's what he did, then he should be held accountable too, you see. But the sad thing is that she brought this before black people nationally, and all it did was create more of a divide. That black men don't protect black women. That narrative that we hear a lot on these YouTube streets, which is an unfair generalization, because you don't know all black men in the world or all black men in America, and you're not living in every damn state in this country, every city, every county, to know what the hell you're talking about, because God knows what black men are doing in very far neck of the woods where they're protecting women. I'm going to say it again. Our first duty is to protect our women, meaning our wife, the person that we're in a relationship with, our children first. Your family is your first obligation before anybody. And then your next obligation is the community when it comes to legitimate situations that happen to those in our community. Legitimate, not illegitimate. And Miss Olsen, she's illegitimate here. I hate to say this. We see her crying. We see her saying, I've been hit. But it's obvious that this woman has manifested some of this onto herself, unfortunately. Let's get back to this report.
Daniela, Houston police got called to this street in September, and when they arrived, the woman seen in that viral video told them that an Uber driver threw a brick at her head and then tried to kidnap her. But tonight, she has become the focus of this criminal investigation, because Houston police say the surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch.
This video with more than 1 million likes on the Shade Room's Instagram page captured the moments after what appeared to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
The woman is 33-year-old Roda Osman.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No, that was not verified.
Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osman hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor?
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
According to court documents, she asked someone else to launch this GoFundMe for her recovery, raising more than $42,000. But as the story went viral, a blogger on TikTok called police, alerting them to this 2020 GoFundMe, which claimed a vicious assault by a security guard in Minneapolis.
Detective Thornton verified with Minneapolis police that there was no assault done at that time. It was completely fictional.
That's what I had just mentioned earlier, that the Minneapolis police contacted the Houston police and said that there was no legitimate assault when she created the GoFundMe when she was living in Minneapolis, Minnesota. If this is all factual, allegedly. Let's go back.
Prosecutors allege theft by deception and believe she would have received all that money had the campaign not been shut down.
The violence that I have suffers, the September 3rd is just unbelievable. I can't even believe I'm here. They try to leave me for dead.
In an Instagram story posted Wednesday, Osman addressed those who have doubted her.
I actually have things going on in my life. I actually have real ways to make money. I don't have to get a GoFundMe for money. I actually can earn income because I'm actually educated and I actually am talented.
And tonight, a spokesperson for GoFundMe telling KPRC2 GoFundMe has zero tolerance for the misuse of our platform. The fundraiser has been removed from the platform. All donors have been refunded, and Roda Osman has been banned from using the platform for any future fundraisers. Osman did not respond when I reached out to her on Instagram this evening. Tonight, she is wanted here in Harris County on that theft charge. Anyone with information on her whereabouts can report that.
So she is wanted on a theft charge, and the woman has a criminal background. She has a criminal record. That's what I was going to say, Jonathan Kidd. Not only does she need to do some time, but I think she needs some mental health. I got to be honest. I think there's some mental health issues here that this woman needs to work through. I would employ that when they get her in their custody, they need to get her a mental health evaluation. As a person that works in mental health, that's a concern that's what I'm seeing here. That's a concern that she may need to be. I'm not making a diagnosis, can't do that. I don't know her that way like that, but I think she needs to be at least evaluated, because there could be something going on here, some type of trauma. Obviously, her being hit, whether it be a brick or now they're saying it was a water bottle, it has led to she has been traumatized by the situation, and may have, I don't know if this is something that she did to herself, or actually that's what, I guess, Douglas, the alleged guy that was in the car that she knew, allegedly, if he did that to her, even if she's causes trouble, if she's a troublemaker, getting striked any kind of way would traumatize you to a certain degree, even if you are a person who has some personality. I think personally, and this is not an official diagnosis, I think there is some personality issues here, but that needs to be diagnosed by proper staff that's actually looking at her, talking to her, asking her specific questions, so that they can get a battery of questions to understand whether there is some mental health issues at hand. Mental health is a big issue. Many people suffer from it, and it can lead to their destruction, and it can lead to this type of behavior. Most definitely. Men or women, doesn't matter. It's not giving her an excuse, because some people do engage in behavior that they know is the wrong way to behave, but they don't give a damn because they've been used to getting away with what they do to grift off of people. So I just want to leave y'all with that. Let me go in the chat room and see what you're saying. We got the Bunker TV saying it's a menopause. I don't know if the young lady is 33 years old. Some women can go through early menopause. Some women, no, they don't go into it until late. I don't know if it's menopause. I'm not going to say something. I'm not going to say that's what it is. I'm just going to say she may have, I think it could be something mental, emotional. I know menopause can create those hormonal changes, but we don't know. We all can guess, but I think there's something wrong. But there's something deviant about her, because she keeps trying to grift and appears to lie, and she keeps getting herself into legal problems. So that tells me from just my experience, there's some personality issues. There's some mood issues. She's brick scam. Yeah, they call it a brick scam. We got my man Jonathan Kiss, who says, Deborah Guns, I agree. What did Deborah Guns say? What did Deborah Guns say? Is Deborah Guns in here? What did she say? Deborah Guns, what's going on? Let's get you in here. What'd you say? Evaluation and then deportation. Yeah, she's definitely not FBA now. She's definitely not FBA. That's for sure. I think she's Somalian. But I think, and this is just me, if you listen to the way she talks and sort of her energy, I wouldn't be surprised if she was born here and her parents came over and got citizenship, and then she was born here and grew up in the culture. I don't get this sense of all the videos I've seen her talking. I get this sense that she's someone, her parents came over and she was probably born here or grew up in the culture here. The way she talks, she doesn't have an accent. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys know better. I don't know. That's my impression, that maybe it was her mother and father that came over and either brought her over when she was a little baby or had her in America, because she talks like her energy is like she is born here. Like she don't come off like she doesn't come off like she was born in her own culture in Somalia, right? She doesn't come off like, I'm not saying she doesn't know her culture, but she doesn't come off as if that's the culture that she primarily grew up in. However, seeing that she lived in Minnesota and there's a large East African population there, she might very well know her culture, but maybe she's gravitated to, doing the American thing. I don't know. Anyway, exactly. We got, let me see who's in the house here. Miss She said, hey, what's going on, Miss She? Miss She said, what's going on? Make sure, what's going on, Mike B? I see you too. I haven't missed you. Make sure, because I'm getting ready to end this now, make sure that you subscribe and check out Miss She Said. I rock over there and listen to her live streams. She makes a hell of a lot of sense. And I'm sure she's probably talked about this issue already if she has not, or maybe she plans to, or she already has, because this is about accountability. This is another example of, see, I don't believe in generalizing all women. This is an example of a woman who has no respect and has no shame in the things that she's doing, doesn't want to be held accountable because the police can't find her. They're still looking for her. She was supposed to turn herself in. She has a history, a criminal record of being out of control. She went out there and got herself liquored up and hooked up or got with some dude, and some things happen. Women, don't get liquored. Like I'm gonna say it again. Don't get liquored up and then trust yourself in the hands of men or a man who may not have honorable intentions towards you and may want to take control of you. There are some men who wouldn't take advantage of a woman like that. And then there's some snakes out here that would. This is why you don't go out to nightclubs, clubbing it around, liquoring it up, and putting yourself in this situation. She has a history of domestic battery, a history of lying and making fake GoFundMe accounts, lying about making police reports that she never made. She's got a felony on her already, misdemeanor already, has a history going back to 2012 of being out in the streets, just like she was that night, drunk, out of control, in public. I'm going to say it again. No man should put his life at risk for a woman like this. This is why I don't have, I ain't hating on the dude right here who said these things.
This woman, she is literally a troublemaker. Everybody that knows her in our community knows she's a troublemaker. I'm not going to risk my life over somebody that's actually out there looking for trouble.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
You hear what I'm saying? That brother right there says this woman is a troublemaker, and I read her criminal history to you, and the brother says, I'm not going to risk my life for someone out here in the streets that we all know is a troublemaker, looking for trouble, looking for clout, and risk my life. He's absolutely correct. I wouldn't risk my life for that woman. given what I know about her or what I've been able to dig up about her. I'm sure many of you in the chat room would not risk your life. But this is the thing I must say again. This type of woman hurts the reputation and hurts the situations in which we have legitimate circumstances where women are being mistreated in the community, right? This type of woman creates the stereotype, manifests the stereotype for which some men out here will say, see, that's how all women are, or that's how all black women are. See, she doesn't help the situation. Just like the young lady who lied about being kidnapped last year, remember? She disappeared. The whole damn community out there was looking for her, and it turned out to be a hoax, a whole damn lie. And we know that black women go missing more than anybody in the damn world, in this country. And when black women go missing, black men, black children, the media don't do nothing to give us the same attention that they give the white folks. And so when that young lady did what she did, she doesn't realize how much she hurts the cause. For black women that go missing, and there's little to no media attention consistently about what happened to them. Gabby Patel goes missing, and they're talking about her till the crows come home on all social medias. Black women go missing left and right, and you only get a couple of mention about it. These circumstances don't help our cause. So and this was sad about it, it creates a condition in which black men and people won't believe what you say, black woman, when you really have been the victim of a perpetration.
Tell the truth.
It's a damn shame. I want to thank you all for listening to me. What's going on, Fly Seas? I thank you for coming over. TY Boogie X, thank you for coming over again. We got the beautiful Animated Speaks. Thank you for rocking with me today. I appreciate everybody rocking with us today. We got family, is you haven't not done it so already, please consider laying hands on the thank you. And make sure everybody that you check out Empress Goddess channel as well. Make sure you check out beautiful Animated Speaks channel. Check out Miss She Said's channel. Miss She Said is the real deal, folks. Believe me. Jonathan Kidd, make sure you check out their sister's channel. Deborah Guns, check out these channels. You guys are all in the chat room. And if you are modded up, I have no problem with you dropping your channel link. If people want to drop their links, go right ahead. But every time they come in here, you damn well know I'm going to promote the channel. Also, the other channel that I was telling y'all about, the Black Therapy Show, I think they might be going live right now if they're not already live. If you want to go check out what they're talking about today, go over there and give them support. Give everybody support. Write people's names down in the chat room so that you can go check out their channels. If they have channels, subscribe and help them out. Also, you already know I have the Prime Sports Media channel. That's the channel where I focus a lot of attention to what's happening at Colorado and Coach Prime and all of that. Check out the Prime Sports Media channel. Also, check out the Prime Sports Media Facebook page. Got about 83,000 people over there who love that page. I put a lot of good content over there, as well as be on the lookout for uploaded video. I know I've been saying this for a while, but it's going to happen, folks. I will be pulling up uploaded videos on this channel, short uploaded videos to supplement the lives that I do once a week, so we can get this channel cranking back into the algorithms more, because that's the secret to building the channel. You have to keep pumping and pumping more content out, more and more, to get yourself cranking more into the algorithms of the YouTube streets here. So I appreciate you all that are here, that are rocking with a brother. Golden Melanin's been rocking with me for a long time. I appreciate you. I'll give you all a clap. Brother Mike B. Oh, another thing I have to say, please, by all means, continue to go into the community tab and check out. How can I say this? I don't want to sound braggadocious. All history belongs to all of us. All history posts belong to all of us, no matter where you find a post on history. As I go and I research and I dig stuff up, nobody owns the history. It's all of our history, no matter how you get the history or how you research it and get it. Pictures, information, it belongs to all of us. My community tab is like, I'm being honest with you, is like a museum. Please, if you don't know how to get to the community tab, if you don't see it in your browser, go on my page and click the part where it says community. Everything in the community tab is based, I drop my videos in there every now and then, but all the community tab information is about our people, our history, things that have happened, sports, entertainment, history, historical things that have happened, historical stories that they don't tell you in school or that you did not know about in school. Make sure you go over to the community tab and you read the stories and articles and stories and look at the pictures that I load on that community tab. I put it up there daily. I load it up daily, nightly. It doesn't matter. You're getting good quality stuff on the community tab. I believe, and this is not to be bragging, but I believe at where I'm going with the community tab right now is one of the damn best community tabs on these YouTube streets, bar none. So please, go to, and I implore other people who have channels. Let me give you a little secret, little insight here. When community tabs are another way to actually grow your channel, because when you drop stuff in your community tab, it not only goes to the people that subscribe to your channel, but people who have not discovered your channel yet can also find your channel by the community tab that is also in the browser. So that's a little secret there. Community tabs are great to continue to give your content, give your people that support you content, educating content, but also as a way for people to also discover your channel who may not have seen your channel through the regular videos. So keep that in mind as well, everybody. As well as the YouTube shorts also will grow your channel as well. I'm going to be loading up YouTube shorts on this channel as I have not done it in a while. So all these things help to move channels forward. And I appreciate you all in the chat room, Empress Goddess, Yalfi, everybody, Earl Owens, all the regular folks that's been rocking with me since day one. And we're going to keep this thing going. Hopefully I'll be able to come back with another powerful presentation. Once again, what I want to talk about next, but I might do it as an uploaded video, is this Joe Biden issue and whether right now he's in trouble. Black people, I don't think black people are going to vote for the Democratic Party this time around in large numbers. And that bullshit he did at the Emmanuel Church was disrespectful to the honor of those black people that were killed in that church by that white supremacist, that trash, that trailer trash. And for Joe Biden, I'm going to save it for my podcast. I'm going to save it for the podcast. The podcasts that are the pre-produced videos will be premiere videos. So I will upload them as premiere so they'll go like they're live, right? But I'm going to go in on this issue about Joe Biden and black people and voting. I agree with Phil on this. He's been talking about this on his channel, and shout out to Phil. I agree with him. Black people just not feeling the Democratic Party this time around. They've done nothing for us. And all of a sudden, when it comes to voting, now they want to come dragging their asses to black radio. They want to come dragging their asses to our churches. We ain't buying it. We ain't buying what they're selling this time around. I'm sorry. And that doesn't mean that I'm a Trumper either. No, I'm not a Trumper fan. I'm not a Trumper at all, because I can never forgive someone like him who did what he did to those black men in New York. The Central Park Five. I don't know how any black person can support him when he did what he did to those brothers. And another thing that y'all don't know about Donald Trump, do you know when he had that casino that there were black people who worked at his casino, and he did not want black people to be up front and stand out in the hotel. He wanted black folks to stay behind the goddamn curtain. Oh yeah, there's documentation on this, that when he had that casino, he really didn't want black workers to be prominent in the casino, meaning, you know, out and about, being seen, working the crap tables or whatever we call it, right? He wanted black folks to work behind the scene, keep us behind the scenes. So all of these politicians, they're all criminals. They all lied to you. They all are grubby. All of it. All this, our whole system is broken. And you can't fix this system when the system needs to be done away with and destroyed, and a new system needs to be created. You can't get justice, equality out of a system that's broken. So with that said, everybody, thank you. Thank you for listening to my diatribe tonight. I appreciate you all, and I want to say peace. Thank you.
If I lose it, then reunite. Will I break the promise to stay the same?
Lie to me, tell me that you'll be there for me. Cause things been feeling crazy lately. Feeling so crazy. And I don't wanna seem lonely. I don't wanna seem lonely. But I don't wanna be lonely, lonely.
Peace. Thank you for listening, folks. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Time's been moving slowly, so we are
Thank you, everybody.
in too deep.
I appreciate y'all.
Can't get no sleep on each other, heavy teasing all day, and when the sun sets, you asking me to come through, kick it with you. Night turning to morning dew. Then you feel it rushing in, lose control. You don't wanna go slow, for sure. We both already know your place is my place now. My place is your place, let's face it. Baby, you know all the places. Places. My place is your place. My place. Your place is my place. Just face it. No one knows my places like you do. Your places like I do. My place like you do.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you.
Baby, don't stop. Got the key to the lock. We in our own zone. Make your step home. Get to know mine on the inside. Can meet yours next time. And you feel it rushing in. Lose control. You don't wanna go slow, for sure. We both already know your place is my place now. My place is your place. Let's up to the house. Don't feel like getting out. I'ma just lay back and crack this window. I've been doing my best, taking a moment to rest, feeling stressed out. Give it a good, I put that on God when it gets hard. I stay on my job like no days off, so you can go home with the negativity, with that mentality. Jump on jealousy, my bad. Get away from me, 'cause I've been working all day. Can a nigga catch a break? Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. Hey, hey, already got the world on me. Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. Hey, hey, better way. Oh, Mom and Dad's only daughter, do I make you proud? Writing my life in lyrics, do y'all like the sound? Seeking approval constantly. When it's my truth I own, I speak it, don't make sense now. Give it a good, put that on good when it gets hard. I stay on my job like no days off, so you can go home with that. Jump off, my bad, 'cause I've been working all day. Can a nigga catch a break? Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. 'Cause I've been working all day. Can a nigga catch a break? Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. Hey, hey, already got the world on me. Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. Hey, hey, nigga catch a break. Better way. Oh, hey.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.